Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us here this evening. I'm Jordan Smith. When the Washington Huskies announced their departure from the Pac-12 earlier this year, the future of the Apple Cup was in serious doubt. But today, some good news for those not wanting this rivalry to come to an end. Our Alex Vicente has been following this Pac-12 storyline closely the past few months. And Alex, the Cougs, they're going to get at least a few more shots at the Husky.
Yeah, that's right, Jordan. When UW announced that they had accepted an invite to the Big Ten a few months back, that meant it would be a lot tougher to schedule this matchup. So when the school officials wouldn't commit to playing in Pullman, many thought, well, this was the end of a more than 120-year rivalry. However, both schools coming into an agreement today to continue the Apple Cup until at least 2028, and that includes the game being played in Pullman twice over that time period. Now, the Cougs still have a lot of work to do to fill out their schedule over the next couple of years, with the Pac-12 seemingly coming to an end after this year. As for the Huskies, they had their slate of games nearly filled out, with the Big Ten releasing their schedule last month. But now we know those open spots were for the Cougs. And now the schedule is going to look a little strange at first, because it will start out with a game at Lumen Field next year. That's technically a neutral site game, but then it's going to alternate between Giesa Field and Husky Stadium for the next 4 years. And the 115th edition of this storied rivalry is set to take place in Seattle this upcoming Saturday, as Julian Minnesota and myself will be out there live all week long. So make sure to follow along as the Huskies and the Cougs do it again. Jordan, send it back over to you.
We are looking forward to Saturday, Alex. Thanks for that. And many of us woke up to snow this morning. A reminder that winter is right around the corner. Meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking your holiday travel weather this week. And Matt, what are the odds we see any more snow this week?
Well, there is a small chance, but it is very small. So that is some good news as we get into some very busy travel days on our local highways, especially as we head into Wednesday, which is going to feature a little bit of rain around the region and perhaps even some wintry mix. So certainly something to keep an eye on is the Wednesday forecast in particular, as there may be some things that slow you down just a little bit. Now, all the wet weather from this morning is moving on out, and as we head through the first part of the week, we see partly to mostly cloudy skies and dry conditions. Then as we head into Tuesday evening, well, you can see places like Seattle and Portland start to see that rain. It'll cross the mountains Tuesday night. And by the time we're getting up on Wednesday, it's likely we are going to be seeing at least a little bit of rain around the inland northwest. Now, in the mountain passes, that will have a chance to perhaps create a little bit of snow. And so I'll dig more into that part of the forecast coming up. Then after that, though, we see a cooling trend. Now, we've seen some pretty chilly temperatures earlier this fall. We're going to get back into that range once again as we are kicking off this holiday season late in the week. So I'll have more on how chilly it'll end up becoming and more on Thanksgiving travel coming up.
All right, Matt. Well, speaking of Thanksgiving travel, it's officially travel season at the Spokane Airport. According to airport officials, more than 136,000 people are scheduled to arrive and depart from the airport this week. Allison Martinez has the story.
It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and things are already picking up here at the Spokane Airport. Today we learned the busiest days and times for travel to give you a heads up.
Lines to check in, lines at TSA, lines at the gate.
It's all to be expected when flying, especially during the holidays. This Thanksgiving travel season, the Spokane Airport will see the most people since 2017. Bob Legg dropped his granddaughter off for her flight today. He says he was considering traveling himself, but decided against it to avoid the holiday rush.
We had kind of gone back and forth because our granddaughter's, like I said, going to see a friend, and we'd gone back and forth about making sure we had a nonstop flight and everything, but this is the day you want to travel.
Today was the calm before the storm. This coming Wednesday and the Sunday after Thanksgiving will be the busiest travel days. In terms of time, traffic for those departing will peak between 5 and 7 a.m. If you're planning on traveling early, you'll want to be prepared.
No, we'll definitely be here a few hours early just to make sure we get through security and get everything squared away.
If you're picking up an arriving loved one at the airport, expect the most traffic around noon and again between 8 and 10 p.m. If you are one of the 130,000 plus passengers that are planning on flying this Thanksgiving, airport officials say you're going to want to arrive at least 2 hours before boarding. For more holiday travel tips,
you can visit our website, kxly.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez for News Now.
Some great information there, Allison. Thanks for that. And if you and your family are opting to hit the road instead of the skies this holiday season, there's some good news. Gas prices are expected to hit a 3-year low. AAA says over the past 2 months, the current national average price of a gallon of regular gas is down 55 cents to $3.33 a gallon. If the price holds near these current levels, that equates to the cheapest nationwide gas price on Thanksgiving Day since 2020. But don't expect to pay anywhere near that here in the Inland Northwest. Here in Spokane County, you can expect to pay about $4.24 a gallon. And over in Kootenai County, it'll be about $3.82. And during the holidays, it is great to catch up with family, but health experts are warning against catching any illnesses during the next few weeks. Flu cases are on the rise in several states, with some hospitals seeing a rise in patients. The CDC estimating from October until last week, there were about 780,000 flu illnesses and nearly 500 deaths. 7 states plus D.C. and Puerto Rico are experiencing high or very high levels of respiratory illness activity, defined as people with symptoms including fever, cough, and sore throat. Experts are still encouraging vaccinations as a preventative measure.
We have key vaccines for many of the viruses that are circulating now. And for flu, we have an effective flu shot that if you get it, protects yourself and protects people around them. It's not too late to get that flu shot.
Officials say so far, flu hospitalizations have remained lower this year than this time last year. But emergency rooms are bracing for a possible triple-demic season of RSV, flu, and COVID. Well, today the nation remembers the former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, who died today at the age of 96. The Carter Center says she passed away earlier today at her home in Plains, Georgia, with family by her side. Rosalynn was married to Jimmy Carter for 77 years, the 39th president of the United States. ABC's Karen Travers has more.
Rosalynn Carter devoted her life to improving the lives of others. A close advisor to her husband, President Jimmy Carter, the First Lady was a strong voice for early childhood immunization, human rights, and mental health.
Mental health and the problems of the elderly. Those are the 2 things that I've been interested in for a long time.
The Carters had been married for over 30 years when they moved to the White House, a journey that began in Plains, Georgia, where both were born. Rosalynn was the oldest of 4 children. In 1945, she began dating her best friend's brother, James Earl Jimmy Carter. The next year, 18-year-old Rosalynn married the Naval Academy graduate. The Navy kept them moving. Their 3 sons were born in 3 different ports. Their daughter Amy was born after the family resettled in Plains. Rosalynn helped run the Carter family peanut business before Jimmy eventually entered politics. He won 2 terms in the Georgia State Senate, but lost his first bid for governor. When he decided to run again, his soft-spoken wife took to the campaign trail. He won. Soon, Rosalynn was back.
I've campaigned full-time since April of last year. I really believe he's going to be the nominee.
Stumping to help her husband become America's 39th president.
So help me God.
Throughout it all, Rosalynn championed women, children, and charitable causes. Hardworking and tenacious, caring and compassionate, she was dubbed the Steel Magnolia by the White House press corps. Together with her husband, she promoted peace and human rights and built houses for Habitat for Humanity. Mrs. Carter authored 4 books, including her autobiography, First Lady from Plains. After leaving the White House, Rosalynn Carter continued to travel the world with her husband, speaking out on the issues she had championed throughout her life. Karen Travers, ABC News.
Next on 4 News Now at 6, police in California are still trying to track down the person who began the fire on I-10 when the road is expected to reopen. And on this week's Air for Adventure, we'll show you some hiking trails over in Bonner County.
And we knew there was going to be fog tonight after some snow and rain this morning. Well, it's already getting started. This is the Deer Park Airport. You can barely see the planes parked out there for the night. We're going to have more fog that I'll keep you abreast of as we watch it develop, in this case in real time, in your first alert forecast coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
The Floor Traders Overstock Blowout Sale going on now. Waterproof click together starting at just 99 cents. Tiles starting at only 25 cents. The Floor Traders Year-End Overstock Blowout.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner. Where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes. Where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show, an experience you will never forget. Discover Santa's all-new North Pole with holiday getaways starting at only $250.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis, serious allergic reactions, severe skin reactions that look like eczema, and an increased risk of infections, some fatal, have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
What's your favorite 4 News Now newsletter? Get all the day's news and a look ahead to tomorrow with the Daily Local. Love weather? Sign up for the Brainstorm and learn about the science of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray. For the sports fan, there's The Playbook with sports director Julian Minensone. Discover stories and insights that go beyond scores. The 4 News Now newsletters. Choose your favorite or sign up for all 3 at KXLY.com. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Turkey? Check. Cranberries. Stuffing? Pie? Check, check, check. Potatoes sweet and mashed? Check. Now what about that post-turkey nap? Don't worry. The Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. Shop today and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a free $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Black Friday Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
The Floor Traders Overstock Blowout Sale is going on now. Laminate flooring starting at just 69 cents. Carpet starting at only 39 cents. The Floor Traders Year-End Overstock Blowout.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
4 News Now is brought to you by Numerica Credit Union.
Welcome back. Tonight we're heading over to Bonner County in this week's Air 4 Adventure to give you a bird's eye view of some of the hiking trails at the Pine Street Woods.
Tell you what, it is hard to beat the scenery around Lake Pend Oreille. That was a gorgeous view right there. Now, as we head through this upcoming week, you got some family in town. You'll show them around our beautiful part of the world. You'll have some good opportunities to do that with some dry weather. We do have some fog overnight tonight, dry weather for Monday, showers potentially for Wednesday, and some slushy mountain pass conditions. But I think we are trending towards some good news on that front as far as it not being a huge problem for pre-Thanksgiving travel on Wednesday. So the magic number here, folks, is 3,000 feet. Snoqualmie Pass, the elevation is just above that. Then you got Lookout, one of our highest passes at 4711, and Sherman Pass at over 5,500 feet. You head south of 3,000 feet, you head under 3,000 feet, and that's when things start to flip over from rain to snow in many of our communities. Now, take a look at this, because we expect during the morning hours, we are going to see that first round of wet weather push into the inland northwest. And by this time, we'll have warmed up through Tuesday. And so our snow levels will be around 5,000 feet, then dropping down to around 2,000. So that would be, well, basically right in between the bottom of the Spokane River and the top of the South Hill there at 2,000 feet by the time we get to the morning on Thursday. But by that time, a lot of this wet weather will be out of here. So I think all the timing is going to line up pretty well for us when it comes to this next weather system to keep things on the roads pretty decent, if not okay, as we go through that period. So here you go. As early as Tuesday night, a couple isolated showers trying to push in. And then, at least for now, our forecast computer trying to keep things active on Wednesday morning and then pulling out Wednesday afternoon. However, I've seen some timing go a little bit later than that. And so that's kind of the one last big question there is timing for Wednesday. So I'll keep you updated on that part of the forecast. As for our forecast for tomorrow, overall, pretty nice day. A little sunshine in the afternoon, but there is a little bit of fog in the morning. We are already seeing fog developing in Deer Park. Want to show you some other spots here that will be a little foggy as we get our day started. Largely, it's going to be places like Spangle, Cheney, and then as you work your way north across the West Plains, along with it staying foggy in the Deer Park area, north to Loon Lake there on 395. So those spots, plus some of those more sheltered valleys, in places like around Spirit Lake and Rathdrum. Those are the spots you got to look out for when it comes to a little bit of fog. And so temperatures in the 20s, could see some slick spots out there, so just take your time as you're getting the car warmed up in the morning. There's that shower chance for Wednesday. Thursday, not bad, but look at this cooling trend. Low 20s with only mid 30s in the afternoon. You might have to kick up the thermostat 1 or 2 degrees there, Jordan.
Yeah, seems like it. Matt, thank you.
We know what it takes to win tough races.
A crowd's call for a ceasefire in Gaza interrupted yesterday's Democratic convention in California. U.S. Representative Katie Porter was on stage when they first interrupted the proceedings. For hours, they took over the lobby with a sit-in, saying they didn't have a choice but to become a part of the agenda of this political meeting.
We've tried everything that we can do the Democratic way, and now we do just like, you know, protesting is our right. We're here protesting, and we're showing them, we're making them listen to us.
And outside, the protest escalated as pro-Palestine supporters clashed with pro-Israel supporters, stealing their Israeli flag. Some delegates told reporters that they wanted to hear from the candidates, not the protesters. Police in California are still looking for the arsonist responsible for starting the fire that closed down the I-10 freeway in Los Angeles earlier this week. Pictured on your screen here is the person of interest. He's believed to be between 30 and 35 years old, and police say he also appears to have possible burn injuries on his left leg. While police search for him, crews are working 24/7 to repair the freeway. The Inferno shut down a crucial portion of the freeway, creating traffic nightmares for the more than 300,000 drivers who rely on it every day. Today in Los Angeles, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to the credit of the workers on the ground who helped carry the area through the highway closure.
The work that happened here is extraordinary, and it really is a function of the will and the ambition of the workers on the ground who understood what closure of the 10 would mean for folks on a daily basis, and their commitment as public servants, as union members, to get this thing done.
The highway is expected to reopen by Tuesday of next week. Coming up in sports, coming off a beatdown of Idaho State, the Idaho Vandals, we are hoping to land a spot in the FCS playoffs, a top spot rather. Coming up in sports, Alex Rossetti shows us what seed they earned and who they could be playing in a couple of weeks inside the Kibbie Dome.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
If you missed out on getting a McRib in the past, here's your chance to get one before you miss out again. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
Welcome to your KXLY Plus live update.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus.
It is 4 o'clock. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens.
That front comes in, gusty winds come with it.
Weather every 10 minutes.
Best chance of rain will really be from noon on.
Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Bounce from one doctor to the next.
Does it have to be like this?
At Kaiser Permanente, we have a different kind of health care.
So, how did you like that?
Where all of us work together for all that is you.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich with fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage. Well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, there is just something about when the Los Angeles Rams get together with the Seattle Seahawks. It doesn't matter how good or bad LA is. They just give them fits every time. And that was the situation again this afternoon. We're going to skip ahead to the third quarter. Seattle's going to be up 16-7, but this is where it all changes. Aaron Donald comes through like a missile, hits Geno Smith on his throwing arm. He's down on the ground in some pain. He would leave for most of the fourth quarter. His situation for next week in doubt. A couple possessions later, Darrell Henderson is going to punch it in from a yard out to make it just a one-score game. Drew Lock's going to come in for the injured Geno, but the offense wasn't going anywhere. As he gets picked by Darian Kendrick. Rams starting to grab all the momentum now. With under 2 to play, they kick a field goal to go up by 1. Seattle's all of a sudden is going to have to answer after they led all day long. Seahawks would get their chance with 6 seconds to go. The 55-yard attempt by Jason Myers just wide right, and the Rams steal this one from out under Seattle, dropping them to 6-4 and back to second in the NFC West.
And we just didn't hit our field goal to win the game. That's kind of what the NFL is. You have those opportunities. We can create those, and then you got to try to make them. And unfortunately, you're not gonna make them all. Last week was our game. This week was their game. And
now, it's been 30 years since the Idaho Vandals hosted an FCS playoff game, but that drought is going to come to an end next month as the team earned the number 4 seed in the upcoming playoffs. Now, with the seeding comes a bye into the second round of the tournament, as they will host the winner of Nichols and Southern Illinois on December 2nd with wins over Nevada, Sacramento State, and Montana State. That resume more than good enough to get the Vandals that all-important bye, and that is certainly not lost on head coach Jason Eck.
24 teams make it. There's probably not 24 true contenders to win the whole thing. Just like the NCAA basketball tournament's no different. But I think when you have one of those 8 seeds, you're a contender. You start at home and get fresh. And now it's the whole new season. We got to take advantage of our opportunities that are in front of us.
Now, meanwhile, across the border in Pullman, the Cougars are coming off a huge win over Colorado on Friday night. snapping a 6-game losing streak. And now they find themselves just a win away from bowl eligibility, but standing in their way, oh, you already know it, the 5th-ranked Washington Huskies. While the team was enjoying the victory against the Buffs this weekend, it's going to be all business starting tomorrow.
Well, we're going to enjoy this one. That'll be a Monday question. I do appreciate that. I haven't turned the page yet. We know what the next one means, and it means for all Cougs, and been on both sides of it. So we'll enjoy this one, and we'll get to that one on Monday.
Kickoff between the Cougs and the Huskies is set for 1 on Saturday afternoon. Make sure to follow along with Julian Minenstone and myself. We're going to be out in Seattle all week long. Going to be a fun one for the 115th Apple Cup. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
Travel, there is nothing like it.
Dancing is my passion.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
I was constantly itching.
Whatever I was doing.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
With holidays right around the corner, Ironstone Furniture and Fire is offering discounts on all in-stock dining sets, along with simplicity, indulgence, and endless possibilities. So, when you're looking for dining at its best, visit Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $249 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models.
Alrighty, folks, here is your Thanksgiving week forecast. A little chilly at the end, dry at the start, a little sprinkling in the middle, but doesn't look like it's going to be too big of an issue, so we can get our holiday travel in without much of a hassle there.
So it looks like some good weather to stay inside, watch the Lions lose on Thursday.
Oh, wow, okay.
I mean,
Calling
it's
it now.
A tradition unlike any other.
It is. Okay.
Well said.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.